I did it again. Hello, hello. You know me. I'm Scoot Scott S. Frank Daddy. Why am I so good at this game? And yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying all of those names so you recognize them. And well, here we are with another NACS game. Week 3, Day 1. NME versus CLGBlack. I heard it was a really good game. And oh, I should hold on 1 second. Another situation of me not having the speakers ready. You know me. I'm sloppy when it comes to these things. But alright. Let's just get right into it. Look at these comps. They got tanky frontliners. They got initiating junglers. They have really good like long-term team fight mid laners. They got really good ADCs. They got peel-oriented supports. Well, in Morgana's case, peel and initiation. So basically, I think it's just going to be whoever plays their comp better. Like right now, I'm going to pause this so I can talk a little more about it. You look at enemy's team comp, and well, that top lane is going to be a marshmallow fight from minute 1. It's just going to be back and forth, going to bring each other down to half health, and then they're going to back off. Then they're going to heal up, bring each other down to half health, and then they're going to back off. I mean, it's what you can expect in Scion Maokai lanes. Then you have the jungler, Trashy versus Think Cards, Lee Sin versus Vi. Now, they're both really good at ganking early on. They're both really good at ganking level 6. But right now, CLG has the advantage at ganking level 6 because, lock them down with the Vi ulti, lock them down with the Lissandra ulti, and that's going to be a dead mid laner, like, no matter what. Except for the cleanse, though. If he cleanses off the Lissandra ulti, then he's going to be fine. I mean, if he messes up, cleanses off the Lissandra W, and then starts running away, bam, another stun, it's like, well, what can you do? Sometimes you hit cleanse when you shouldn't have. Like, I've had experiences like that back when cleanse was like the thing to run on ADCs. Luckily, now it's heal. I like heal. It's a lot better. Used to be crap, but now it's not. Anyway, this mid lane on its own, I mean, Victor versus Lissandra, that's just a lot of poke back and forth. It's going to be who manages their mana better. And because of that, Lissandra passive, advantage to Lissandra. Now this bot lane, if they get the 2v2 lane, enemy is probably going to destroy. I could see that happening from like the first auto attack to go down. If Stixay cannot either spell shield the Rend, which is really hard to do because you don't know when it's going to come, like that'll mitigate so much damage. But if he spell shields off the Dark Binding, that's it. If you spell shields off the Dark Binding, then you should be fine to keep trading in the fight because, Dark Binding itself has a lot of damage and it wouldn't hold him in place. So Stixay is going to be able to, walk back and forth, probably dodge out skill shots, that kind of thing. Get off of the Tormented Soil. That does a lot of damage in the laning phase. A lot more than you would think. And, well, at level 6, Body Drop goes in, puts the Black Shield on himself. Kenny Yu can't do anything about it, except that his ultimate can't push him back and that his Tornado can't knock him up. So, laning phase, I would give this bot lane to enemy, the mid lane to CLGBlack, and the top lane, who knows. I think it might go Scion pre-6, but post-6 it's going to be Flares and Maokai. As far as team fighting goes, well, both of these teams are really good in the skirmish, but CLGBlack have a much better 5v5 because, if they can just blow up, well, I mean, their comp is basically made to blow up a single champion. You have Vi getting in there, you have whoever gets the Janna Shield gets a crap ton of AD. You're going to have Scion trying to dive into that back line, but, might bump into Lee Sin on the way. And if everything goes right, CLG is going to have 3 people on the back line while Janna protects the hell out of Sivir. So it'll be like 5v3 while 2 people constantly deal damage to you. So I guess a better way to put that would be a 5v5, but you can't get to the Sivir, which is really bad if you're playing a comp where you have the lockdown of the Maokai, you have the damage output and the repositioning of the Lee Sin, and well, you have the Morgana there too to put down a little more CC. Hope it isn't spell shielded, but these 5v5 team fights are going to get really interesting really fast, and well, I'm going to unpause it so we can just get back into the game. I do like the resurgence of the Victor, though. I think it's really cool because Victor is one of my favorite champions. I have the Creator Victor skin. I wanted to get the entire, Creator and Battlecast bundle, even though I didn't play half of those champions. I just love those skins, but it was like $50 for everything total, and I'm just like, Riot, what do you think I'm made of? And then the next day I go and buy DJ Sona, so, It's the struggle, it's the life, I'm sure you can relate, buying things you don't need from League of Legends. I think I'm at about $250 to $300 spent on this game. Granted, I also have I want to say like thousands of hours played. I know it's definitely over 1,000. So I'm definitely getting my money's worth. I get like 6 cents equals an hour of fun. Although you can't really call this game fun when you're losing. Oh, body drop's gonna die. Oh, we don't get to see the passing. I can imagine that there won't be any level 1 cheese. They'll just set up their line of scrimmage in the river, and well, with the way they're fanning out, that's exactly what's happening. Because I personally would not want to try to invade on Elise and a Maokai, or a Morgana for that matter. And likewise, I wouldn't want to invade on a Janna and a Vi and a Sion and a Sivir. It's just like all of these champions have a lot of level 1 potential. Like, if you get hit by a binding, you're done. If you, well, Kenny, you started with the shield, so there's no chance of a knock-up. But if you get hit by the Sivir Q, that's going to be a decent amount of damage across the entire enemy team. There's Sion, his knock-up, that hurts. But Kallistas ordinarily take the ghosty ghosts at level 1 for the vision and the potential slow. So it's too obvious. Oh, Stixay is able to get the ward. Woo! Q ward cheers track, because that's definitely not the most annoying thing in LCS. Looks like Maokai puts a sapling into the raptor bush, the raptor camp rather, and up in that top lane. Try to get more vision. Sion is going to start the wolves and kill himself to it. There's going to be the 2v2 bot lane. Stixay and Kenny Yu giving a really good leash. Looks like, oh nope, Vi just spent the smite. I don't know why you would wait until the end to smite the Grom. I mean, it gives you more damage. Kenny Yu gonna, get a lot of attack down onto body drop, but also take a bit of damage back. I keep seeing the Callista ghost in the river thinking, oh, I see more vision, is someone coming to gank? I mean, a level 2 gank from Lee Sin would not be uncommon. It's happened before. Body drop gonna miss that next binding. Good dodge by Stixay. And, good amount of damage across Otter and body drop. Kenny Yu still healing. Stixay full health but half mana. And level 2 is gonna get hit first by enemies bot lane. A good trade from that side. And Otter is gonna be relatively safe up there. Lure low and flares. Sion Maokai, it's gonna be just, flesh hitting oak. So, I mean, you go outside, punch a tree, see how much damage you do. Kenny Yu taking a lot of damage from that binding and the tormented soil afterwards. Body drop does take some return damage, but it's not going to nearly be enough to even compare to what Kenny Yu is going through. Good amount of damage down. Sticks A. Well, trying to just farm out as best as he can. Flares and Lorlo kind of farming behind each other. Like I said, that kind of thing is to be expected in a tank-focused bot lane. I've talked about the NACS mirror matchup before, how much fun that is. A really slow start so far. I mean, it is the first jungle rotation. It's 4 minutes. I can expect Lee Sin to probably try to go up and get a gank in that top lane after taking Grom. I didn't see Vi maybe trying to come down and help his bot lane while Kenny Yu takes a lot of damage. The exhaust goes down. Stixay cannot spell shield the Rend, and that is a wasted spell shield. A good trade from enemy bot lane, and that is gonna send them to the struggle bus. Stixay doesn't have his pot left, and well, the wave is pushed up to the middle of the lane, but it looks like Otter is trying to push it as hard as he can. Kenny Yu trying to go aggressive. Stixay, oh, the Q misses from Otter. Body drop putting down a lot of damage. The heal goes down. Body drop has to flash away, but Think Card is here. Does not get hit by the knockup from the Vi Q, but you know, who cares if you're not knocked up when those giant fists are pounding you in the face. First blood goes to Think Card. Great early gank. I didn't even see him sneak in there. And again, I have a problem not paying attention to the minimap. It's lost us quite a few games. There's a gank going down in the mid lane. Easy's gonna get out relatively easy. Stixay still pretty low, struggling to keep up. But with that first blood, I think it'll be fine. Missing 2 minions from the tower though. That's okay, he's 2 minions up. This mid lane, however, looks like NACS did not already go back. He just has the biscuit still, so he's definitely doing well against this Lissandra. And they're moving Lissandra and Vi into that red side jungle. What for? I'm not exactly sure. It could be to sneak that dragon. That's what I would have expected from Vi, but Vi is going to go back. Probably, yeah, gets some long swords for that chilling smite. And Lee Sin is going to go back too, not going to try to gank this mid lane. Level 6 for Inox though, misses the laser, and that is a lot of his damage output. Especially because he's leveling that first. It's level 3 right now. It's to be expected. Whew. Left the minion with a sliver of health. And, well, cannon minions stolen away by other minions, that's always a sad sight to see. Back in this top lane, you know, just punch, 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 punch. Hey look, I'm still full health. Well, what do you want? There's not a way to make this top lane interesting, unless, you know, there's a gank or an ultimate. And even if there is an ultimate used, it's probably only Maokai to, you know, clear the wave. Trashy's gonna get ulted on by Easy. Can't even W out until the W wears off from Lissandra. So, an ultimate gone from Easy. Flares going in on Lorlo, gonna do a lot of damage to him, but the pink ward is cleared out. Spot lane still trading pretty effectively. Looks like enemy is gonna stick around for one more wave. It is the cannon minion wave, so that's a good wave to stick around on. And well, Sivir is gonna come back with a BS sword, some mana, and health pots. It's a good back for Sivir. Looks like Janna is leveling that shield first. That's to be expected. Let's see. Maokai is leveling the Q first. That's definitely standard up in that top lane. When I first played Maokai top, I leveled my sapling first, and boy was that a struggle. I then learned the next game by reading a guide. You're supposed to level Q first. Thank you, internet. Player's gonna be able to get a decent amount of damage down onto his turret. Gonna try to pressure him out of the lane. Maybe bait him. Pretend that Vi is there when she really isn't. They know Vi is mid. Ward spotted her out. They might know that Jana is gonna be there too once she makes her way into the river. It looks like they might catch out Jana here. Nope, the Q misses, and they're gonna clear out this pink ward. Clean get out from Kenny Yu. Right now, Otter and Stixay are solo laning with each other. Their supports are coming. Stixay has that BF sword to Otter's Bilgewater Cutlass. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't disagree with the Blade of the Ruined King build. I just think Hurricane Bloodthirster is better when you build Bloodthirster first. I like the damage spike of the Bloodthirster, or at least what it used to be like back when old Bloodthirster was still a thing. Flair's trading onto Lorlo in the top lane. Thinkcard is here for the support. The ultimate goes down. 2 knockups in a row. Flair's is not going to have an out here. Gonna try to flash away, but Thinkcard still has his ultimate. And the red buff. Gonna go down to Thinkcard. That's 2 kills onto this Vi. Kenny Yu gonna take a lot of damage. Still has his ultimate. The Rend putting him at about a quarter health. Kenny Yu has to be careful. NACS taking out that pink ward right now. Easy can't do anything about it because, well, frankly, I would be afraid of NACS at this point as well. I did not get a chance to see what ability NACS leveled up or upgraded with that Hex Core. But, well, I'll see when he goes back to the bot lane. Or mid lane, rather. There it is. Oh, well, I couldn't get a good look at it. Thank you. Looks like he upgraded his death laser of death to cause even more death. Stixay gonna ult. What? For what, really? His mid lane gets pushed down, and, well, it was 3v2 in the mid lane. Easy was pretty low. It's not a good fight to take. Thinkcard didn't even have his ultimate yet. Good job to back off, recognize that they cannot take this fight. I still don't know why Stixay burned his ultimate. Maybe they thought they could go in on Otter and take him out. But, well, that's going to translate into the first dragon here for NME Esports. Good job to rotate mid, take the tower, and then recognize that they can also take this dragon too. Good first take. The gold is about even though. So what does that say about the lanes when you take a tower and the gold is only evening up? Well, for one, I have no idea where that... Oh, right, the gold is in the kills. All the gold lead on Vi is now spread across the enemy team. So, I mean, even though the gold is even, CLGBlack is still ahead because they have a stronger Vi compared to a 1/5 slightly stronger Callista and Morgana and Victor and all that crap. Like, 1,000 gold on one person is much better than 200 gold on 5 people. Because when you have the money, you're more inclined to buy something with it more immediately than you are to wait and save that up. Although, if you're smart about it, then yeah, you will save it. But what I'm saying is, like, if you have 200 gold, you're not going to sit and wait for boots. You're going to buy a pick ward and a regular ward. But if you have 1,000 gold, you'll probably buy boots, a pickaxe, or no, boots, a longsword, a health crystal, whatever. Or maybe even just straight upgrade your boots. Kind of lost track of where I was going with this, but you get my point. If you have the money right now, you're going to spend it right now. That's why I don't like going back as an ADC until I have enough money for the BF sword. Because I'll go back with like 1,300 gold. I'll just be like, well, crap. I can't buy the BF sword, but I have to go back to lane with something. So I'll end up buying a pickaxe and boots and something else stupid. And it's just like, I feel bad about it. The cleanse is going to go down onto NACS. NACS is going to get absolutely destroyed. Trashy going to try to take out Easy, and he does. There's Lorlo for the gank into mid, but here comes Maokai as well. Flair's going to trap up Lorlo, and Lorlo is going to very slowly but surely walk out of this. A good 1-for-1 trade in that mid lane, but a lot of stuff burned for it. Ooh, a good spell shield from Stixay to not get caught by that binding and any other subsequent damage. There's the initiation from Body Drop. Body Drop gonna get the ultimate down. Gonna only lock up Kenny Yu. Blows away Otter, but Kenny Yu is going lower and lower. Gonna get taken out by the Rend. The exhaust means Stixay can't do any damage. Stixay gonna flash away. Otter gonna follow him. Double kill for Callista. Good job by this bot lane to recognize they have the advantage and just go in and take the kills. That was a really good play from NME. Jazzy attack speed from the boots. No, all of that kiting. One of my pet peeves is to see your boots completed before your first major item, especially as an ADC. Like, why spend $1,000 on boots when you can have... I mean, I would sit on the money if it meant my next back I could straight out get an Infinity Edge. It's going back to what I was saying about having the money and buying something with it immediately. Like, went back with 1,000 gold, hey, I can get Berserker's Greaves. Instead of went back with 1,000 gold, let me get pots and a few wards. And only spend 200 gold as opposed to 1,000, because then I know I'll be able to get my eye edge after this next back. Sure, boots are important, but you're Sivir. Come on, you don't need move speed. Think card, charging up his Q. Gonna go in, misses Body Drop. Body Drop gonna be ulted away from Otter, and he's gonna be safe. But now the Callista ultimate is down. Body Drop's ultimate is still down. They could easily dive this, but Think Card gonna get hit up by that Dark Binding. Turret will go down in favor of CLGBlack. A good job from CLGBlack. Meanwhile, Flares and Lorlo still duking it out in this top lane. Farm is relatively even, but Lorlo is split building 2 items while Frozen Heart is already finished on Maokai. That's a big item to have. And right now, I don't know why CLGBlack is not securing the Scuttle Crab. Trading for that pink ward. Flares trying to take it out. Gonna finally be able to. And Lorlo dealing as much damage as he can. Knocks him up. But Flares is healing all of that back through his potions. Like I said, Wet Noodle fight. Uses his ultimate to clear the wave. What else can you do? With Dragon up in 45 seconds, like I said before, I'm a little upset that CLGBlack did not secure the Scuttle Crab. And now, well, look at all of that vision around the Dragon for this enemy team. They're probably going to get away with their Dragon scot-free because, well, Vi is in the top lane. I guess they recognize they can't take the Dragon. They might think they can dive this. Maybe they'll just push Flares off the turret. Nope, they're going to try to dive. Flares going to flash away. Here comes the Vi Q. Going to follow it up with her own ultimate, but it's interrupted by the untargetability of the Flares W. That's an interesting interaction right there, but they're still going to get the kill. 4 kills onto Think Card. That is a really big Vi. And if this were solo queue, I would be very afraid because she would be building a Trinity Force. But CLGBlack, like CLG of old, is going to trade Dragon for turret, which it's not a bad trade. It gets map pressure, it gets more gold for you, and while it doesn't give you the small, minion killing buff that the Dragon will give you, it still gives you something good. Now, the problem with having all 4 kills on the Vi is the fact that, well, 1, she can't 1v3 to save this turret, and 2, the rest of your team is going to be relatively weak comparatively. Like, that turret is going to go down without a fight. It's a turret trade on top of the Dragon, so enemy definitely getting the better end of that. But it looks like CLGBlack is going to try to rotate mid and try to pressure Victor off of this turret. One thing CLG needs to do is clear out all of those wards that enemy left behind. Because, geez, that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wards. I think that's 6, just on the CLGBlack blue side. Well, they're going to take 1 out. They still have that pink ward down in the bottom brush. Looks like Thinkard is going for the flank stake. But they know they're there. The ward is down. Maokai is teleporting in. And Easy gonna get out of there, but takes Flares with him. Has to flash away from Flares. Body drop going, and Trashy cues onto the Raptors. Gonna get stunned up by Easy. The fight is still going. The knockup knocks up 3. Trashy's kick sends them flying away. The Sivir ultimate is down. The ultimate from Sion is still there if they want to go back in. But Easy is low. He's at about half health. And didn't really do anything productive in that fight. Kenny still has his ultimate too, so Easy's going to be healing. They're just going to push back and forth against each other. And while it looks like NME is going to stick around in this topside jungle, they're going to give CLGBlack the inside lane on this mid turret. And oof. Oh, there goes Flares on the backside. Thinkard taken really low. A lot of damage down on the Thinkard. The ultimate from Janna protecting him, and they have to run from this fight. There's a lot of damage being put down to both sides. Lorlo has to back away. Otter slowing him, trying to get the rend off, and he does kill the Sion. A good skirmish. Lorlo just farming with his passive. My god, Sion is allowed champion. But yeah, that was a really good fight back and forth. This Thinkard is still building offensive items with that 4-kill lead, so he didn't have any tank stats. He couldn't even get to the back line. He still has his ultimate. Had to burn flash. The Janna barely saving his life in that fight. As the Lee Sin Q went in to hit him, Janna knocked him back with the ultimate, so that was a really good play. Enemy gonna take this top tower. Oh, nope, Thinkard is here to protect it. It looks like they're gonna take it though anyway. The ultimate going down onto Otter. He has a lot of damage to follow up, and whew, Otter just destroyed by that Vi. Vi getting a little cocky, might try to push out, but he sees Flares and body drop. That's a 5-0 Vi. All of your kills on one person is starting to look bad now that Thinkard isn't building tank. Top turret does go down. Body drop taking all that money. And there's a fight in the mid lane. Lorlo not going to be able to get in between the tower. Easy going to get stunned up, hit up. Lee Sin with the kill. Really bad dive there. Didn't even go in with the rest of the team. And it looks like CLGBlack is going to have to use the Sivir ult to get away from this fight. Very sloppy dive right there. Lorlo running into the tower. Followed up by Easy just walking into the stun field. At that point, you would have to ult yourself, but it wouldn't do any damage. So, that was a failed dive from the start. They shouldn't have even tried to keep going with it. That was just bad planning. Right now it looks like the Victor upgrade has his Q upgraded, and, well, he has the Abyssal Scepter. In every single Victor game I've seen, he has built a different item first, every time. In the LCS, I think Victor was played 2 or 3 times in EU and NA combined. Maybe even 4. And every single time, the first item that Victor gets has been different. That's what I like about Victor. You can build basically anything on him and it'll still be perfectly fine. I remember one of the first items was the Death Cap. Thinkard gonna smite away that blue buff. I think Flares used his Righteous Glory, so he's not gonna have that for the next fight. Dragon spawns in a minute. Righteous Glory is probably gonna be up by then. But right now, CLGBlack needs to find a way to make their 5-0 Vi effective. I mean, yeah, Black Cleaver. That's a lot of armor pen. That's gonna be a good amount of damage onto that back line. But what can you do with the Drunken Sailor? What can you do with the Drunken Vi, really? You're going to have a squishy Vi on the back line with no support. And even if Easy goes in, he's going to get blown up unless he ults himself. Even if Sion goes in, they're just going to focus down Thinkard, and it's going to be an uneven advantage on either side of the fight. Or rather, on the CLG side of the fight. So either way, Vi either has to ult a frontliner and peel And oh wow, gonna take a lot of damage from that Q auto attack combo from Victor. And that's what I love about the new Victor's Q. Looks like CLGBlack is just gonna peel off of this dragon. Gonna let enemy have the third dragon. That's the movement speed buff. That's a really big dragon. And there it is, the third dragon for enemy. They're gonna know the timer though. That's one thing I don't like about the new dragon buff. You can see the buff on other people. So it basically takes out the concept of having a timer for dragon. Because, yeah, sure, you're not going to see it, you're not going to get the exact down to the second timer, but you're still going to know, oh, they took it at about 24 minutes. That means dragon is going to spawn before 30 minutes. Be there, be square. They're not going to be able to protect this tower. Flares goes into the back line. Kenny Yu going to take a lot of damage. Kenny Yu going to flash away. The Lee Sin ultimate flat, making him go even further away. There's Sivir for the fight. Think Card going to get shut down. Stixay can't do anything. And the front line, Easy goes in. Going to kill Body Drop. But there's the Victor auto attack. Not going to finish him off thanks to the ultimate from Kenny Yu. Another kill. And there's Lorlo trying to do as much as he can to flares. He's going to heal up. Lorlo still going strong. What can he do? Nothing. He's going to die. And he's going to try to hunt down flares. His passive auto attacks, can it do something? No. Slow's too big. A big 3-for-2 fight in that top lane. It could have gone a lot better for CLGBlack. But, you know, that's what happens when you have a very squishy Vi as your front line. CLG, I think Card still has his ultimate. That's pretty bad considering. I mean, even if he ulted flares when he was on top of Kenny Yu, that would have been a good decision because he has the armor penetration. I think it would have been perfectly fine if he just dove onto the Maokai and then they focused the Maokai down. Thinkard, he has damage, he has the penetration, he gets the attack speed from his passive. I think that's his passive, yeah, his passive W. And that deals percent health damage. Like, Thinkard, you can easily take out this Maokai. Maybe not very fast, but, you know, if all 5 of them are pounding on Maokai, then yeah, Maokai's gonna go down. Mid tower, looks like it might finally fall. Stixay gonna ult, Easy trying to go in on the Inox. Inox gonna not get knocked up. The ultimate, no! He's gonna get flash out. He's gonna kill Stixay on the backside. Stixay cannot get the kill, and Flares is going hard for the entire team. Gonna lock up Easy. Body drop, not gonna get out, but Easy is gonna die. Another sloppy fight from CLGBlack, and they just keep setting themselves up for destruction. Gonna clear out the ward in the back of the pit and start up this Baron, which is a very good decision, but Vi is still in the area. Vi doesn't have smite for another like 3 or 4 seconds. Gonna keep putting wards down in that backside. And this might be a very close steal. Thinkard has the mana to go in. Kenny Yu being pushed off by Inox. And, well, Baron is doing a lot of damage. You know exactly where Vi is. This is going to get really tense. Vi priming the Q. Going to go in. Not going to get the steal. Thinkard is going to go down for it. And a very good kill for enemy. Very good for enemy. They're just playing a lot better than CLG right now. And it goes back to that 5-kill Vi and not building tank when she needed to. The 1337 gold that could have gone into another item went into armor penetration, cooldown, and damage. Now, that's not a bad decision. I would stand behind the idea of building, you know, more damage on Vi. It's solo queue. But in this 5v5 setting, you need the tanky frontliner. It's not going to be, hey, let's just do solo queue strats, because you'll get destroyed. So, he needed to use that 1300 and change gold to get something tanky. Like, he could have had pretty much another Giant's belt and a cloth armor with that kind of money. Or he probably could have been able to, I mean, he has a Giant's belt already and a cloth armor. He could have finished the Randuins that he's trying to build into right now. You could have had that other item, the Spectre's Cowl. You could have had that too, albeit it's like 70 more gold, I think. But still, that's another item you could have had to stay tanky throughout the fights. I don't disagree with getting the... Oh god, I can't believe I forgot the name of this item right now, and I build it every single game. I'm just having a really big brain fart. But you know what item I'm talking about. Oh, they skipped the pause for me. Okay. And it looks like enemy is gonna try to take this tower. CLGBlack can't really do anything about it. I mean, Lorlo is pretty tanky, yes, but Otter has the kiting. They have the peel. They just can't 5v5 team fight right now, CLGBlack. They're almost down 10k gold. It's about 9k right now. And well, I just don't see a way CLGBlack can make a way back into this game. Dragon is gonna go down again. It's Dragon number 4 for enemy. And it's just not looking good at all for CLGBlack. I mean, you can't really call a game where you're stuck in your base the entire time and the enemy is 4 dragons good. It's just a struggle for this CLGBlack team right now. They were in the lead early. They had a really strong Vi, and that Vi, like, enemy countered it by just grouping up. Because Vi, like, you can't solo someone out in a 5v5 because then you'll just get blown up. Vi could not ever get to someone on that back line, and that's kind of what killed them. You had the not so tanky Vi trying to deal damage. You know, melee in a very big fight without any tank stats, that's never gonna go good. Baron does wear off of enemy though, right when they start to take this inhibitor tower, and we might see something desperation from CLGBlack. I mean, NACS has his cleanse up. Trying to lock him down would be useless. Otter has so much kiting and so much peel that even trying to get to that back line would be completely terrible. And the fight is going to start up. Thinkard going to go in. Going to get blown up almost immediately. Can't even get the ultimate down on the NACS. And it's just all going well for enemy right here. Lorlo on the front line trying to deal as much damage as he can. The turret is going to cause enemy to flash out, but still, that's a 2 for nothing. 2 for nothing. A bad fight from CLGBlack. I mean, there's nothing more you can say about it. They tried to lock someone up, and then someone just got away. Thinkard still too squishy to even try to dive that back line. And well, CLGBlack loses the inhibitor for it. They're down 11k gold. I mean, I've seen surrenders happen before. This is a situation where I would surrender. CLGBlack doesn't even, they don't even have the better late game, so they can't rely on that. It's not like they have a Tristana or a Jinx to say, hey, don't worry about it. We just wait until 50 minutes where everyone has 6 items. It's not an option for them right now. I mean, Lissandra only has 2 items compared to Victor's. I'm going to call it 4, because one of them he starts with. But yeah, it's basically 4 item Victor. Sandra only has 2.5 if she's building that up to an Abyssal Scepter. The IEPD on Sivir compared to the Blade of the Ruined King, PD, Last Whisper, and almost a Mercurial Scimitar on Callista. I mean, that's one thing that frustrates me about a champion with like lockdown like Lissandra. There are items to counterplay that, and there are summoner spells to counterplay that. Yeah, it's part of the game. You know, that's just what happens. It's just really frustrating to know that, like, basically post 40 minutes, and in this case post 30 minutes, you're basically useless as far as your ultimate goes. Because they can just cleanse it off and walk around the fight. They can QSS it off and just bunny hop around the fight. I wonder when they're gonna make a Battle Bunny Callista skin. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I frequently Reddit-o. My god, that camera. Alright, well, right now CLGBlack is gonna have super minions pouring into the bottom side of the base. Baron spawning in 20 seconds. I mean, the only real chance CLGBlack has right now is to steal Baron and then try to push out the rest of the towers outside of the base. And it can only be a steal, it can't be a 5v5 team fight because, well, they just don't have the resources for that kind of thing. It looks like they're not even going to try. That Baron is getting melted and, well, they're just going to take it. Otter trying to hop over the wall with his Q and then passive, but you know, a struggle. There's some walls that you just can't jump over. I've tested that out a lot. Still have as of yet to play games Callista. I'm sure it's really fun. Well, here are the Baron up minions. Lorlo's Banshee's gonna get broken. The stun gonna go down to Lorlo. NACS doesn't have the upgraded stun, it seems, but you know, it's a giant AoE slow field nonetheless. Everyone's summoners are up except for the Easy Flash and the Lorlo Flash. Wow, that tower's getting melted. Easy gonna try to go in anyway. The Think Card gonna get exhausted on the backside. Can't do anything now. Stixay's Spell Shield not gonna do much of anything either. And well, the game's lagging out. Flares tanking the turret. Easy gonna go down to Trashy. Lorlo not gonna get stunned up, but is gonna get knocked up by the flares. Otter killing on the backside of that Kenny U, and well, that's a clean ace. Well, I say clean ace, but body drop went down. It doesn't matter. Game is over. NME is gonna take this 18 to 8, 10 towers to 3, 67,000 gold, 250,000. And well, I apologize for the lagging at the very end of the game right there, but that comes with the crappy computer. Anyway, overall a really good game from NME. They just knew what to do. Even though Vi was getting ahead really early, they said, alright, you know what? We're just going to group up. That's how we're going to counter this. And they did it swimmingly. They had the better 5v5 because, well, it was frankly a 4v5. Vi would get blown up every fight because she just didn't have the tankiness. That's all I have to say on the matter. This is part one of another doubleheader because I forgot to upload a video last night. But, you know, daylight savings screws with all of our heads. Anyway, I am Scott Scoot. You know the drill. Leave some constructive feedback. Let me know if you want me to cast your games. I'll gladly do it. I need to learn. I can help teach you if you need that. And, well, I'll see you later tonight.